together for growth, money-wise, spiritually, love, health, all of that. All right. Okay, we're streaming live on YouTube. So hi, everybody on YouTube as well. And all our YouTube guys as well. Give us a shout if you'd like to be part of the Telegram group, and we'll share a link for you to join the Mystic Lotus community. All right. Okay. We're good to go, I think. So big welcome, everyone. We started this year, 2022, with one big aim for our community. We wanted to open the doors wide with loads and loads of opportunity, tools, access to experts that have real life experience with healing money blocks and increasing money flows. Yeah. True to that aim, today we're talking to the awesome money guru, Veejay Israani. Veejay comes from a rich spiritual and energetic journey. He has learned and developed tools for healing chronic ailments, blocks to health and monies that come via generations, via dark energies and more. There are many of you here today who have attended his workshops and seen debt reduce in months. Businesses that started generating, 7-figure revenue. Long stock monies appear out of the blue. Yeah. Veejay, welcome to the Mystic Lotus Masterclasses. Can't wait to hear how you make all of this possible.
Oh. So thank you so much, Ruchira, for that beautiful warm welcome, and welcome everybody. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Of course, I have been my background has been a lot of struggle. The whole family, it's been full of struggle. Kavita ji, my mom, who was primarily into this, and she brought me into this, and she was kind of my idol to come into this. But then I have the positive point which has worked for me is that I have an observation of life, and I observe life very closely as to what are the incidents, whatever they happen, and what are the repercussions and things like that. So that has helped me to move from a state of probably cribbing and crying all these maybe 40 years before. And then from the last 5 or 6 years, when I got in touch with an enlightened master, and who told me that if you do not change yourself, and if you do not change your beliefs and your life, whatever you're living today, you're going to land up in a huge soup, not just you, your whole family. And that was just the shake-up call for me. And it was then that I actually started my journey. Till today, I have not read any book. Of course, here and there, a little bit I have a glance, because I'm not good at reading books. But then at that time, I read a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And it was there that I started doing affirmations and things like that. It was around 5 years back. And from there, the journey has been beautiful. And then I have actually got into looking into many aspects of myself and how to come about it. And these have been actually because the human mind is one. That is what we all know. So the same anger which I face, you face, the next person faces, Y person faces, the same jealousy we face, the same fears we face. So it is here that when I got to know that, okay, these things are working for me, so I can bring it out to the other people, and these would start working out for them also. So it is there that we started bringing out all these things in the form of workshops. And we have got a huge success so far, thanks to Mystic Lotus and everybody who's been there with us. And of course, the divine flow, the downloads, the challenges which happen from the divine, and the experiences, the rich experiences we have got to actually make us what we are today. So yes, I believe that everybody can attain that Samruddhi, that state, which probably I am moving towards. And we can all move towards that state. The only thing is that if we change our mindset and if we look into following a correct path, it is possible for each and everybody.
Yeah, that's fabulous. There is so much hope, and I think you speak from experience, like I mentioned earlier as well, that you had an amazing experience, Veejay. So Veejay, tell us a little bit about what does Samruddhi mean? Because actually, before we talked about doing this call, I had never come across this term myself. And I'm sure like there are many people here who are new to this.
Okay. So Samruddhi means not just money. What we feel at an external state, at a conscious state, we all want money in our lives. Of course, that is an important component. But then when we look into our lives, it is not just money. There are so many people who are filthy rich, who have millions in their banks, but then they are popping up 20 pills a day, 40 pills a day, and then their relationships are not good. One brother is suing the other one and things like that. And we are seeing that throughout, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
true.
Samruddhi means not just money. Samruddhi means good health. Samruddhi means good relationships. Samruddhi means a good state of mind, because you actually don't live in your house. You don't live in your office. You actually live in your mind 24 by
That's
7 by
true.
365. So
Mhm.
Samruddhi is being in a good mental state. Samruddhi means having good sukha from the children. That means your children who are born to you, they should actually help you out, and they should actually uh, help you enhance or evolve in your journey. Not a state wherein you have all the money in the world, but then you don't have all these things. So Samruddhi basically means the Ashta Aishwarya, which we talk about in traditional language of money in India. So
Mhm.
that is actually what Samruddhi means.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. And how does, I know that we are going to talk more and more about money and in Samruddhi in the context of money and that financial aspect of our life today. I know you mentioned, Vijay, that there's this whole concept of 40 knots.
Yeah.
And when you told me very little about it last time, so I'd love to know, go a little bit deeper into this. What are the 40 knots,
Okay.
and how is this connected to our money story?
Okay. Uh, so we all have, if you see the traditional Indian grandmas and the generations at that time and before that, if you they used to always have those money which was tied up in handkerchiefs, and they used to keep it with them. And whenever you required money, they used to open up this knot and they used to give money, and then again put that knot back in and uh, knot it and keep it back again. So basically, money is always kept in wraps, right? Anywhere in the world, if you see, we do not flaunt our money openly. We do not count our money in front of other people. We always keep our money absolutely safe in our lockers, in our wallets, and we do not wish to show. And in fact, there is an Indian tradition. If anybody, you should not ask age to, you should not ask what's the age of a girl, and you should not ask the boy or the man as to how much he's earning, isn't it? So basically, it all stems up from that particular thing, that money is always not just kept hidden, it is always hidden. So basically, these knots, these are all unresolved money blocks that are there in our consciousness. So any incident which is left unresolved or incomplete or unfinished, or it has not happened to your liking, to our liking, it creates an accumulation of this discrepancy of energy, which results in a money knot. So basically, if you have not lived any particular situation, any transaction which has not been, which has not ended properly, or anything in your life wherein it has not gone the way you like. For example, uh, from 2020, when the lockdown started and when the corona came, there was a lot of insecurity, and still people are carrying that in their consciousness. There was so much insecurity into people. People thought, people having so many crores, they were also thinking, what next? What tomorrow? So that insecurity, it crept in. So that actually created a knot. So basically, if you see, there have been so many incidents. We are not here from this birth. We all know that we are there since 400, 500 odd births. We are there. So there have been a million of thoughts which have gone into us, isn't it? There are all these beliefs when things have not worked for us. The negative beliefs that, oh, will it happen? Will it work for me? So all these things, the fears, the biggest of fears or the gravest of fears, the trauma, whenever something has not happened, that always leaves back an energy, a residual energy, which is called a trauma, something which happens suddenly. So probably some loss which happened in your life, probably 8 years back, that has left a very deep trauma into you. Right now, you might see in a balanced state, but then it is that trauma, that shock, which is there as a knot in your consciousness, as a money knot in your consciousness. Until the time you do not open it or release it, it is going to stop the incoming flow of money also into your life. So it is basically all these things. The past life karma also is a knot. The ancestral issues which you face, or possibly the anger issues, the relationship issues, all these things, the way you are born, all these things, they constitute to form each knot. And if you look into people who are below the poverty line, in whichever country they are, people can go up till a maximum of 40 knots also. But then if you look at a normal person who is, okay, kind of a little bit struggling with money and things like that, these people can have 10, 15, 20 major knots in their consciousness. And till the time you do not release these knots, the abundance cannot come in. And that is where, if you see, you might be doing a lot of work, a lot of money work, but then the thing is that these knots have been left unopened, and it is here that poses as a major challenge, or that does not allow things to fructify or things to manifest. So these money knots, they define your money destiny.
So is it that, Vijay, that the trauma has to be linked to money, like it has a financial impact, or a negative financial experience? Somebody cheated somebody out of money or in business, and that becomes a knot. Or is it any emotional trauma can be a knot, can be a financial knot?
Any emotional trauma can be a financial knot. For example, if you have if there is a person who is very impatient, such people, they will always face losses in their money worlds. If there are people who have anger issues, these people, they will always, whatever money comes in, it will go away with that much speed. So of course, these emotions, they also form knots in our consciousness. So you have to actually look into it, and then you have to release these particular knots as you come across them.
But my God, Vijay, like an average person goes through so many hardships in life. How is it only 40 knots? I can think, my God, I would have like accumulated at least 400 knots by now.
Yeah, so when we talk about 40 knots, these are 40 major knots. Now, there are things wherein incidents, they trigger you to more incidents. So generally, that is always counted as one major knot. So we are looking at major knots. That way, so there might be hundreds of knots each person carries. So we are looking at absolutely major knots which you're carrying at this point.
Okay. And is it that you have to address these knots with very specific work, or is it that you can do other types of healing work as well? So, for example, if I'm thinking about emotional knots, emotional trauma, if I've been working on, let's say, grief, or if I've been working on loss, something like that, would that help?
It will help, but the most important thing is everything is very specific. If you see Arjuna, why he was successful, because, and we all know the story of the Mahabharata, wherein he could only see the eye of the bird, and everybody, all the other people, all the other archers who came in, they were able to see the tree, they were able to see the birds and everything around, right? Isn't it? So when you are specific, it absolutely happens spot on.
Okay. Okay, that really helps to understand. Okay, tell me a little bit about, a lot of these things sometimes create this sense of lack, sense of scarcity. How do you define such a block, such a stumbling factor in our relationship with money? This constant feeling of I don't have enough.
Okay. So there are so many people who are, and I was into, because I know there are so many people who are into this scarcity mindset. So when, of course, to define scarcity, we can say it is lack and things like that. But then when you talk about scarcity, it actually boils down into two things.
Okay.
Number one is there is limited. So when if there is anybody who is in the scarce world, or is in scarcity thoughts, he always would think that it is only limited. There is only this much limited money in the universe, or there is only this much which I'm going to get. So he limits that particular amount, and he doesn't think that he would be able to earn something beyond what he's earned till today. So he would always have a limited thinking, and he would always feel that the universe is limited. And in actuality, we all know that it is unlimited, and we all know that. The second thing, and most important thing, is that in scarcity, what defines scarcity is that people, they feel that today is the last day. That it is only today wherein the world is going to end. So if I have failed today, or if I have not been able to make it today, then it's like it's curtains down for me, and then there is nothing which is going to work beyond that, and that is end. But then, of course, when there is scarcity mindset, there is this thought. Either of these two thoughts would be there, or both the thoughts would be there. So it is there when you expand your horizon, when you open up this Sahasrara, you get to know that, okay, this might be a day wherein you might have failed, or this might be a year wherein you might have failed, but then you can always come back, and there is always a golden sunrise which is possibly waiting for you if you're working in a proper direction. So that is how we define scarcity. These are the two ways in which we can come to know as to whether a person is in a scarcity mindset or in an abundance mindset.
That's such a good piece that you shared with us, Vijay. That this thing of that today's the last day, like the time is running out, and I
Yeah.
must recover, or I must start making money now. That does increase desperation, right?
Yeah.
And that desperation is not a great place to be.
Money will never come in desperation, and you know what happens. And for all those of you who want to, you can always look into, because I follow this. I was told long back, around 10-15 years back, from an enlightened master, that never do anything in desperation. And whenever, generally what happens is that people, being in this field, in this category of work, people, they contact me, they send messages, and then they contact me. But then I would seldom speak to anybody when I am not in a good state of mind. Or whenever, if I need to speak to anybody, I need not be in a desperate state of mind. Or if there is any deal which I need to crack, or something big which needs to happen, that desperation has to go. So I wait for that, for the desperation to actually go down. And only once the desperation gets down, I initiate contact with that person who might be of help to me. Because in desperation, we are always going to reject money. In desperation, nothing is going to happen.
That's so true. Actually, that makes perfect sense. So actually, Vijay, we have someone who's attended your work and your workshops, and I'm going to bring her on because she has something that is very apt in this space. Can we just unmute Netra? Let's check.
Good evening, all.
Hi,
Good evening,
Netra.
Vijay sir. Hi, Ruchira, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening, Netra.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Netra.
Netra, I know that you had, you struggled with this thing of, money would come, but money would also go. And you had this, what we were talking about, scarcity, this little bit of creeping in, desperation, and you were struggling with this. Tell us how this work has helped you.
See, I started my workshop first with Pitru Paksha Special. I called up Vijay sir personally that should I do, should I not, because one of my friend had referred. And first of all, in my life, there is a financial flow, but it comes with the left hand and it goes with the right hand. It's like every time there is no, like, I cannot say no. Expenses, like less income, more expenses every time. And along with the financial flow, I always had a health issue. Every year, believe me, every year I had gone through some or the other surgery, proper hospitalization, proper 1 day surgery, and next day relief. Like every year of my life has gone like that. Touchwood, by God's grace, when I joined Sattva Kirni, my 2021 was better. I have started working on myself. And regards to the Samruddhi, that has really, really helped me a lot. Seriously. Every time I used to cribble that why it is just coming and going, why it is not stopping somewhere, no savings, nothing. It's like, now here the money comes, I have to pay premium. Oh my God, according to it, so my this, that, this, everything, small thing. Being a nuclear family, being a small family also, we both husband and wife, we are working, but still there is always a scarcity of the money. Every time there is tension, what to do, what not to do. And 2020 was the major setback for me because whatever I had saved, it had nearly gone. So that time I came to Vijay sir. I took the Pitru Paksha classes. After that, it linked automatically. It linked to life transformation. That class though was mind blowing. It had changed me a lot, my personality, being a scarcity of money, of financial issues. I had always been insecure. I used to never trust. I used to blame other person rather than me. So that time had seen Vijay sir explaining very better of Pitru Paksha special, and from that I joined life transformation. Life transformation classes had literally changed myself. I am changing basically emotionally, mentally, physically, health wise also. And because of this change, there has been a major change in my financial progress. Literally 87%.
Wow.
87%. I
Fantastic.
really, it's not just I am saying that I'm doing it. Like, it has been a great, great effect on my life. Being means only I'm the person who is definitely doing this. So
That's
this,
fantastic. And so,
yeah,
of course, your family
87.
also
Even I am
benefits.
surprised, ma'am. Even I am surprised. And after doing Samruddhi, literally Samruddhi part 1 and Samruddhi part 2, I was so surprised that in my college days, I had landed some part of a money to my friend, and it's suddenly like, Are Netra, you remember you had given me so and so amount, and I was like, literally, I forgot, and that stuck up money has
Just
like
turned up.
again that, yeah. See, I'm so happy and excited
I
to
can
share my
see.
experience. Yeah. Because
I can
sometimes you tend like you give it and you forget it. And this is to 20 years above the thing I had got. So definitely, because
see.
the workshops which I do with Vijay sir, Kavita ma'am, Satwa Kirni, we see, I have got a belief in me because I know being in a depression, being in a stress level position, there is no way. Every time one or the other problem comes in your life, so you are blocked, your mind is blocked.
Mm-hmm.
There is no patient level in your life. Every time either you are throwing tantrums or you are just getting angry without reason. Every time till last year, my BP was high, my thyroid was raising, every stress thing was doing it. But no, Vijay sir told us that no, it is not other people. It is you who yourself has to work on yourself.
Mm.
Without you, you cannot do anything. If you work on yourself, it is your progress. You will grow. And here I am very happy and at last in the peace.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Neeta. That's really, really, you've described what so many of us go through in life, in this hassle, the stress, the thing about, losing your cool all the time. And then, of course, all that stress has an impact on our health as well. And it has an impact on the decisions that we take, which will lead to money, so which will lead to work, business, and like Vijay mentioned, that things that you do, decisions you make, or things that you do out of a space of feeling desperate or feeling
Yes.
stressed
Yes, yes.
is not good. It's always going to lead to not achieving its full potential, or going haywire. That's true. Thank you so much, Nita. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Netra. Thank you so much for coming.
Vijay, I want to take a moment to say hello. We've got a whole bunch of new people today because I think the time zone has worked well for our international community. So we've got France from the Netherlands and Josie from Oklahoma. Hello to both of you, and hello to many of you others who are on our Mystic Lotus community today, joining us from Europe and the US. Vijay, I have a question from Pragya. She's saying that I don't have any idea what I need to do to actualize money in my life and be financially independent. will this session help me to? So shall we dive a little bit deeper into the work that you do in the workshop? And we can perhaps address this question there.
Yeah, we can take it there at that time. Yeah.
Shall we, I was asking Veejay that, would you share a little bit about what happens in the workshop?
In the workshop. Okay. So in the workshop, we actually look into, we start with so many, there are so many things, I don't know from where to start, but then there is a lot of work which we do in the workshop. We look into ancestral issues, we look into ancestral blockages, we look into relationship blockages, we look into how to give, you know what, people, and of course I was also like that. I would not put it on anybody else. I was also like that a few years back. We just want, when you are in a state of scarcity, you just want, isn't it? We just want, I want my problems to get solved. I want these life situations to go away. I want these challenges to go away.
I want it now. Like I want it to go away now.
Yes, I want to go away immediately. So it is, what happens is that the universe is designed in a way wherein if you see closely and if you introspect deeply, you'll get to know that what you're getting today is something which you have given in the past. So some cause of harm which you have caused to an ex person in the past is coming to us in the present, isn't it? So the universe works on the give and take policy. So you give first and then you take. But we are actually from a different mindset wherein we feel I will take first and I will give later. And it is here that the major of the discrepancy of energy happens. And it is here that so many people, they are into that zone. Let it come to me, then I will donate, then I will do this, then I will do this, then I will help out, and then I will do everything. And the way you give, there is a way to give. Even the money you give, it is not just you just give it at random. The way you're going to give money, you need to go down and give money. And this we take it up in our workshops, actually, the way to give and the way to receive. If you are giving money happily, the money which comes to you will bring happiness in your life. It is very simple. Majority of the people, when they give, they always feel that a part of me is leaving me.
Yeah.
Oh, my bank account, it is getting empty, or my bank, and it is there when you give with that lack feeling, automatically the money which comes to you also as an income from your sources, that will also bring lack into you, because this is a mirror universe. So whatever you do, the way you are going to give, the same way you're going to receive. And it is here that there is a change in mindset which needs to happen, which of course happens in the workshop. So there is a lot of work which we do in the workshop. This is one thing which which just came to my mind, which I shared.
That's amazing. That's so insightful as well, Veejay. I do have a follow-up question on that. And I see there are some more questions from our audience as well, and we'll take that too. I want to address this thing. You mentioned that, how you give drives a great deal of how you will get as well. But when you are low, when you are, down in terms of finances, in terms of life, hassles, you don't have the energy to give. How do you make that transition? How do you go from feeling beaten to feeling, okay, there are challenges, but I want to, do for others also, and I want to give as well? How do you do that?
So basically, there is no thumb rule to it. Different people can always address it in different ways. But of course, when that understanding comes in your consciousness, not just your conscious mind, in your consciousness, that the way you're going to give, that same way you are going to receive. And I don't say that if you are in a state wherein there are loans on you, you just keep on donating money. What I'm trying to tell you is that just whatever. Now, there are some compulsive bills which we need to pay.
Yeah.
These are your credit card bills, your light bills. In fact, when we were in lockdown, all the bills, they were in Mumbai at least. Yes. All the bills, they were 3 times.
I remember.
3 times the bill. Yeah. So what happened is that what we got was around 30,000 something. So it is there when I gave that bill also, I gave with love. And of course, there is a technique to it. I gave it that way. So of course you have to give, either you give it crying or you give it with a smile. Now you can't manipulate that smile, isn't it? You can't mask that smile.
Yeah,
So
you
when that
can't pretend.
understanding comes, yeah, so when that understanding comes in your consciousness, that the way you give, the same way you receive, it is then that you will say, now if I have to give, let me give happily, so that the money, at least whenever it comes in, it will give happiness to me. And the Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, resides not in money. People feel that goddess Lakshmi is money. Goddess Lakshmi is happiness. So that's how it works. So it is, everybody has different ways, but then it has to sink in. It has to sink in that the way I'm giving, I'm going to receive the same way.
And so that's the technique that you teach in, it's one of the things that you teach in the workshop as well.
Yes, yes. In the workshop, we cover a lot many things. We look into self-worth. There are so many people today who are underselling themselves. So many people today. And it is out of competition, it is out of insecurity, it is out of scarcity. And it is there when they are educated upon, and when they are taken into that state wherein they realize this, yes, I am underselling myself. I am lowering my self-worth to a certain extent. And when you lower yourself to a certain extent, this point I had actually shared it in the last Money Talk Summit also. There was a group in which there was an astrologer, and he said that all your Lal Kitab for 10 years, some Kundali and all the predictions, everything in a PDF form and everything, some 100 pages PDF, at only 200 rupees or something. I don't remember the amount, but it was that little. So now tell me one thing, if there is anybody who's done or taken that from him at 200, tomorrow if he's selling a particular thing at 2,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees, is there anybody who would like to go to him? Because there is a mindset which is built in that this person is worth 200 rupees, isn't it? So it is there that your self-worth has to increase. When you yourself feel worth about the work, what you're doing, it is then that others will feel value for the work, what you're doing. But then if you do not value your work itself, how will others value yours? There are so many people who are, okay, this is the discount I want, people, I am going to give this much discount, okay, you can join in. So there are a lot of ways in which, when the consciousness opens up, you yourself come to know. It is not that I am going to tell you or anybody of that sort, but then it comes to you as an understanding that what I'm doing is that I'm underselling. And it is then that the learning will come, and after that the change happens.
That's so true. That makes a lot of sense. So actually, I have a bunch of comments from our audience as well. France is saying, I want health for my wife, for her thyroid. I want to have success with my art and design ideas. These are things that can be addressed, Veejay, with this workshop.
Yeah, of course, not health issues, because when we're looking at Samruddhi, we are actually, of course, we are opening the mindset for all the Ashta Aishwarya, but then we will be looking into the money aspect of it directly. Of course, there is a bonus when we come to the workshop. There is a bonus, which is the life transformation. In that would address health issues indirectly. But yes.
That's what Netra was talking about as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
She said that I went through the life transformation sessions, and that helped her with her thyroid and issues as well, and her BP as well. These are always interconnected, thyroid and blood pressure. For women, it's always like a trio: diabetes, absolutely, thyroid, blood pressure, heart. These things are always linked. Mansi says, it happens with me that there's no scarcity of money, but it does not stay. Expenses come before money comes.
So a very typical thing, the same as I think Netra shared.
Yeah.
The same. Yeah.
Netra had the same issue as well. Dr. Radha saying, so true, Vijay, it's always give me more. I think this was about when we were talking about how
I was also in this zone, Ruchira. Probably four years back or 5 years back, I was also in this zone that whatever the money is coming in, even before it has come in, it has found a way out. So basically, I have faced that, and I know how it feels.
Francis says, I work long hours. Does the workshop require to spend a lot of time to do these exercises? Are these
nothing at all? Nothing. No, it is just around a 90-minute session every day for whatever. When you get to the workshop, the time
that's the workshop, but the work itself.
No. I think 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's it.
Okay, all right. I hope that answers your question, Francis. Okay, we're going to switch up a few things. Vijay, if you're open to it, I'm going to take on Aditi, who wanted to also share her experience with your work. So I'm going to just unmute and check with if Aditi is here. And then I was thinking, because we were talking about the knots, I was thinking we could take on a couple of people to figure out what are their top stuck knots. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me just check if Aditi is here. Aditi, if you are here with a different Zoom name, would you let us know on the Telegram group, or you can WhatsApp us? We'll look we'll take her on in a little bit. So I want to tell everybody that Vijay is being super generous today, and he is going to do a 24-hour activation. This is an activation that he and we, because we've done this before on Mystic Lotus, it's anything can happen, sort of 24 hours. We've seen people get sudden flush of money. We've seen people get sudden, a fantastic opportunity or job that has come through that they had been working on for a long, long, long time. So this 24-hour activation is fantastic. We're going to do that a little later in the call today. But first, let's check one more time if Aditi is here. Otherwise, we will, let's take on a couple of people. Would you like to know what is your top knot where your money is blocked? Tell us on Telegram. Don't raise your hands on Zoom. We're very strict about this. Come on Telegram and give us your name, and I'm going to request the team to give me a couple of names. So the knots that we discussed earlier that that Vijay's work is based on, that you have your money story is tied up in a certain number of knots. And these are knots that could be some trauma, or it could be some something that you're carrying from generations. We're just going to help us understand for a couple of you what that biggest knot is in your life. What's the top knot? Yeah. Tell us on Telegram if you'd like to know, and I'm going to request the team to give me a name, and let's unmute Pooja Mehana. All right. Pooja, can you hear us? Hi, Pooja. Pooja, I can't hear you as yet. I'm putting in a request. There we go. So I see you're unmuted, but I still can't hear you. Just give a moment. Sure. Do you need a moment?
I think in the meanwhile, Aditi is in.
Okay. So let's just see. Aditi, are you here? Also, a big happy birthday to Preeti. She's saying it's her birthday tomorrow, so Samruddhi Day, yay. Absolutely, Preeti. Wish you a very happy birthday and lots of prosperity. Okay, we'll just see. I think, Aditi, can you hear us now?
She's there by the name Aditi Udani.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Aditi. I know you had a wonderful story to share as well. So tell us a little bit about your experience with this work, and then we'll come back to the knots.
Yeah, my name is Aditi Udani, and I have done this. I had done this Samruddhi workshop with Veejay sir in July 2021. And I did that workshop because me and my husband, we were going through a lot of financial crisis. Actually, I'm an architect and I was jobless for 4 years. because I got married, and then I had left my job, and I didn't get job after that because of corona and because of many other circumstances. So I was not earning, and my husband is a civil engineer. He's also working with a big developer, but then because of the market conditions, he was not getting his salary for 2 3 years. He didn't get his salary. So that was our condition. We are four of us in a family, my mother-in-law and father. It was difficult for us financially and everything wise, and we were going through some treatments also. So we had a lot of this, we had to spend a lot, but we didn't earn anything. So that was the condition. And when my actually elder sister, she had done this Samruddhi workshop with Vijay sir, and after she did that workshop, basically she is working with Kellogg's, and she got promoted, and she got a post in Europe. Yeah, immediately after doing this workshop. And then my other sister and me, she insisted, us, we are three sisters, so she insisted both of us, "Ki, you also do this workshop, it is very helpful." So I was previously मतलब, I was like, वर्कशॉप करने से क्या होने वाला है, मतलब जो कंडीशन है वो है, जॉब तो नहीं मिलने वाला है उससे मुझे. It is not an interview where I will give an interview and then I'm getting a job. So I was, that mindset I had. But then I thought कि बड़ी बहन बोल रही तो let's try it करके. So
You didn't believe in the work.
yeah, मतलब I didn't know anything about Vijay sir, anything about his workshops, and but she was insisting since when she did, and after she did, we did it 3 4 months later. So 3 4 महीने से she was insisting, नहीं, do it, it will help you. So I said कि okay, देखते हैं. So I started that workshop with him, and I don't know, मतलब I was थोड़ा सा मतलब 4 साल, because we had this condition. I was एकदम depressed, and I used to get थोड़ा सा ऐसे palpitations, बहुत बहुत कुछ होता था. And right after starting that workshop, I don't know, I got some inner peace instantly. But I did not get job in those 6 days, but then it was peaceful, completely peaceful. I had my mind ekdam clear.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, everything is going to resolve now. And then after doing this workshop, we ended this workshop in July, and in September I did that Tuesday wala ritual, money ritual. Every Tuesday I used to do it, and my husband used to sit with me, because we have this 1 BHK flat, and workshops we had at night time only. So he used to sit besides me only. He used to listen to what is going on, because I don't use headphones. So he said, ठीक है, तू कर, you do that ritual, I'll sit with you. And then September se he started getting his monthly salary.
Wow.
Then 4 साल से I didn't have a job, and हम लोग का field is like, if you're not working for 4 years, you've lost it. You're out of the field.
Difficult, yeah, it's difficult to get back.
And I got the job in September, and I got it with a big developer. You must be knowing Lodha Group.
Yes, my goodness.
So I'm an architect with Lodha Group now, and I got a 30% hike on my salary, which I was getting 4 years back.
Wow. That is fantastic. How awesome.
And top of that, I don't know how, but we are now, after doing this ritual for July to now 3 4 months, it's like we are somehow getting money from people who were supposed to pay us. Every month we get it.
Wow.
We were not getting it for 3 4 years कि नहीं उधर से भी पैसा आ रहा है जिसको पैसा दिया है, and now we are also not earning.
So
and
the floors have opened.
Yeah, every month money gets in somehow.
Awesome.
Extra. Yeah. So that's the story, and I'm really really thankful to Vijay sir. He has completely changed my mind.
Yeah, that's I think one of the biggest hurdles, and that's one of the hardest things to, I think, do, to change that mindset. And
correct. And what I think is biggest thing is when you think it from here, positive. And that positivity Vijay sir gives is it's so much. You have to get it.
Yeah. Even I'm charged up now. Hearing your story.
So I was happy when he asked me share your experience, because I share this experience with many people. After I got it, I share it with so many people कि तुम लोग आप लोग भी करो. It is good. You will feel क्या है उसमें क्या होने वाला है ये workshop से क्या. But it is magical.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aditi. Thank you for
so
coming
much,
on.
Aditi. Wish you all the best. More and more abundances your way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vijay sir. Yeah. Bye. So should I log off?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Aditi. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So there's a whole bunch of questions. Oh my gosh, the questions have piled up. Okay, so there is Dave who's talking about in his last 20 years of marriage. He says, I've been able to earn not more than 30,000. All effort ends up in shame. I would like to know where's the knot. Okay, so okay.
Can we bring him on? Can we bring him on?
Yeah, we can bring on Dave. Dave, is your name the same on Zoom? Dave Nair? Okay, I don't see. Okay, Dave says he's on a PC which doesn't have any sound or camera. Okay, Dave. So I think what will help you is the 24-hour activation that we'll do later in the group. Till then, and I also wanted to share with everyone, Veejay's around to answer your questions. There is also a demo call tomorrow at 6:30, so you can also ask him some questions there. Dave, then you can perhaps join through a phone that'll allow you to be able to speak with him on that call. Yeah. And shall we go back to Pooja, because I know we had taken Pooja on for the demo. Let's see if her sound works this time. Hi, Pooja.
Good evening. Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. And we can see you better as well.
Thank you. That's clear. So,
okay, I'm going to hand over to Veejay and I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, Ruchira. Yeah, Pooja, please go on.
Hanji. So I've been married to an army officer and been working with different industries throughout. But suddenly from 2017, one day something has happened. And from that day, I am jobless. And then started all the things like one of the child is coming from the hospital, the other one is going. Either the husband, being an army officer, was not well for the entire year. And then my father-in-law, and I started then my own venture, and which has Corona has taken up, which has not worked out. So I don't know where the inflow has stopped in my, and like you're saying, Samruddhi, I believe in that Ash Lakshmi is always a health and everything and prosperity and all. But I really studied a lot and was a general manager of a multi-specialty hospital, Max Healthcare and Delhi Heart Institute multi-specialty hospital. And suddenly I am now stuck. It's been now 5 years. 22 February, it will touch another 4+.
Pooja, what you're carrying right now are a lot of dark energies. And have you worked on that, or have you been aware of that fact?
Dark energy in the sense of?
Negative energies.
Yeah, negative energy, I understand all that things. So it can be an evil eye, or I don't know what it is actually and how it is being now.
This is a case herein you're carrying black magic, and your house is in all probability affected by black magic also. So there are people wherein in some cases the black magic is only on the self, and because it is on the self, by default it is in the house. But then there are cases wherein it is separately on the self and then it is on the house also. So here in this case, it is on the house also in your case. And that is what it is. Your negative energy and then the house also negative energy, and that is where things are not going to work out. So till the time
So
it is not released.
And being an army officer, I have taken up a huge loan on his account, on his name, on his shoulder. So my house is on the edge of selling. The owners where I started my being an entrepreneur, they are pressuring me today also, to which is really giving me up. And but
So
what
that
you
is a
have seen
huge knot. The knot actually is black magic. So that is a huge knot. Till the time that knot is not released, that is going to suck up everything. So it is like a suction pump. It will suck out everything, all the money from you, all the peace, happiness, everything. It will suck out. So you will have to look into clearing the black magic. It is only then that you slowly and steadily things can start working, not immediately. But then that is the case. That is the thing which you should be looking into first up, doing first up.
So, Vijay, thank you so much for sharing that. I do have a question. Is black magic and dark energies that sort of not, is that something that can be worked upon during your workshop? Is there something in the workshop that helps you to work?
Yeah. So what happens is that when you come to the workshop and when you do that, definitely people having black magic have also attended workshops, the Samruddhi workshop, and they have gone through it. Now it is somewhere it will pierce through the ritual, and the processes are so strong that it will pierce through and it will help the other person. But if there would have been a same case wherein there would have been puja without the black magic thing, then it would have helped her multifold. Now here it would help her to a limit. It is not that it is not going to help her, it is going to help her, but then because of the black magic, the processes or whatever it is, yeah. So for that is why I told that you have to get into the black magic removal as well, because till the time you don't get into the black magic removal, other things are not going to help you fully. A little bit here and there, yes.
Okay.
So I would not like to misguide you. Okay, come to me and do this, and it will change. No, whatever the root cause is, till the time you don't look into that, this will help you even in this stage. But then I would always suggest you can do this, but along with this, look into clearing the black magic stuff.
But how it is possible to go? Do we need to say to go to the tantric or something? That's also not possible.
How to go to?
How to get rid of this thing? What is will be a ritual, or you want that I should consult someone else for the black magic removal and join your Samruddhi workshop?
Whichever way comes to you, whatever is your inner call. So if you feel that you need to do Samruddhi now and then you also parallelly, because that is a thing which should be at the top of your mind to remove the black magic. Yes, you can do this parallelly if this appeals to you. This is not going to go waste because this is going to help you lifelong. Or if you feel that, okay, I will remove the black magic and then stepwise I will come to this, then whatever appeals to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. Wish you all the best.
Pooja, I should let you know, Vijay is being very, 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 very fair. But I should let you know, Veejay and his mom, Kavita, are one of our foremost black magic experts on Mystic Lotus. They are hugely popular with that work. So you can separately talk to him about that. Yeah.
Thank you, Ruchira.
Because I know what we did that program with you. I think a few months ago.
Yeah, the dark energy.
Very, very successful, and we saw a lot of people benefit from that. Okay, we won't go into other topics here. So shall we take on? Shall we address this whole thing about karma? And because I know you cover in your workshop a fair bit about the karma factor and how that's connected to money. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. So we need to understand karma. Now, when we talk about karma, and I always say this in my workshop because everybody is a PhD in karma. So you cannot teach karma because even if there is anybody, even if there is a beggar who's there on the street, he will tell you a lot about karma. Now, looking into karma, there are some karmas which have to be faced, which have to be compulsorily faced.
Okay.
There are some karmas which you have to learn. So those are the learning arm of the karma, which is also called life lessons. And there are some karmas which can be waved off with processes.
Okay.
Right? Now, to be very frank and to be very open, everybody has karmas, isn't it? Even if I am sitting here discussing, even if you are there as the host, you also have karmas. Everybody has karmas, and that is the prime reason that we are there on this planet. So that's the past. We cannot change that, isn't it? So we all know that we cannot change that. But the worst part is the karmic loop. Now, what is the karmic loop? The karmic loop is you just keep thinking, oh, one day all these woes are going to go away. One day the money scarcity is going to go away. One day I'm going to become rich. Or you just keep running after future predictors. Okay, when will this thing happen to me? When will that thing happen to me? And then you keep on playing the waiting game. Or then you are just looking out for that miracle to happen in your life. Okay, that one miracle, that one breakthrough, I want God, and that one breakthrough, and I'm going to just do a dhamaka in the market. So these are the things, or possibly you just keep wishing and then just waiting, or you just keep. There are quite a few people who come to me. Oh, I'm doing this workshop, and I'm sure there might be other people who might be doing healing work, and they might also face the same question. Might have faced the same question. People they ask guarantees. Okay, this happened to this happened to this. When I do this, is there a guarantee that this will happen? Or they will put up excuses. Okay, this thing. Okay, I will see. Okay, then they will procrastinate. So what happens is that the karma factor is there. That is very much there. We cannot do anything on that. We can heal that. Of course, we will be looking into healing that with processes. But the worst part is the karmic loop. What happens is that, and tomorrow when I have a PPT and a visual description wherein I can describe that. I will describe that. I will show it to you tomorrow as to what the karmic blocks are and how we ourselves are creating the karmic loop with all these thoughts. The karma is there by default. It is there with everybody. It can be little, it can be more, but it is there. But these things, they form a karmic loop wherein we are trapped. And till the time you don't come out of this vicious karmic loop, that means you don't come out of this thinking, oh, will this thing happen to me? Will this thing? And since you brought out the black magic thing, when we do black magic and when these cases happen, we have ourselves spent around 15 lakhs to get out of all these negative energies, because the only aim was to come out of it. That's it. Come what may. And put money into it, put our time, energy, everything into it, because we know that is a thing which is blocking our pathway. So today, if karma is just an excuse, so if today there is a way in which you feel that, okay, it is going to help me, just go about it. Don't think much, because if you think, the mind is a monkey, it will put up one excuse at one time, another one in the next minute, and by the end of 5 minutes, you will have 20 excuses to not to do it.
That's very true. That's
so whatever, not just this particular work with me, with whomsoever, there are so many beautiful healers here on the Mystic Lotus platform also, whomsoever, just go out there and with a good intent, just subscribe to that particular workshop, whatever it might be switch words, it might be, there are so many things, beautiful things which happen. Just go about it, because in everything, some part of your karma would be waved off and some part of your karma would get cleared. And we need that. It is not a one-time sudden thing. It is a process which happens. So just go about and look into clearing that process, which is important, and not just keep waiting for that day to come. In 2019, people were waiting for 2020 to come, and 2020 they were waiting for 2021 to come so desperately. And 2022, it is going to be a replica of all these of all the 2 years which have gone by. So there is no point waiting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I know there are two big elements to your program, Veejay. That is the SMC and the SMR. Tell us what these are.
Okay. So the SMC is the Sattva Kirani money capsule.
Okay.
What happens is that in the workshop, we actually attune you and we give you a money capsule, of course, which is common for everybody. The money capsule are a series of sounds which have been given by Goddess Lakshmi and Ma Durga. And this takes approximately, to start with, 10 minutes. And as you go on doing it, approximately 7 minutes or so every day. And why we say it is as a capsule is that every day as you go on doing it, it is clearing your money blocks little by little, little by little. So that is the Sattva Kirni money capsule. And then, of course, the Sattva Kirni money ritual, which has become very, this thing, everybody who's done Sattva Kirni, even in 2020 when they did it, They are still practicing this. So every Tuesday we have this Kal Mahakal ritual. So whatever is in the past, whatever has been done in the past, you cannot change that, but you can heal that. Whatever the charge of that we are carrying today, we can heal that. So it is Mahakal who can actually kill the Kal, and he can bring up a new Kal, isn't it? And he can usher a new future. Till the time the past is not killed, no new future can be born. And that is where that many people are in that myth or that illusion that okay, the past is there, and with the past being there as it is, I'm going to create a new future, which is never possible. Only by healing the past. In fact, what the Buddha did, or what everybody did, the Buddha, for 7 years he worked nothing. He just worked on his past. And when his past was clear, he got enlightened. So when you work on that past in the money field, it is there that a new money world can start in your life, isn't it? So this is the Sattvakirni Mahakal ritual, which takes hardly around 3 minutes or so, and which is taught and attuned with in the workshop. And you have to do it every Tuesday. So that is what it is about the SMR, the Sattvakirni Mahakal ritual, and that has helped many, many people.
Okay.
Yes. And people still do it. Everybody is there with me connected, and they still do it on a Tuesday, and then they post pictures in the group.
That's what Netra mentioned as well, that she's still doing the Tuesday ritual. And Aditi also mentioned that both she and her husband sit down to it together.
Yeah, I got to know now that her husband is sitting, but then, and I don't know from where her husband also got benefited. She told me that he got benefited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this is specific for a particular person to whom we give attunement.
Okay. So I just want to raise a few issues that many people in our audience have, described things that they are going through right now, and I'd like to understand are there certain aspects in the workshop that can help them. So, for example, Josie says, no matter how much I make, I can't seem to save in the long run. I have to. I don't get access to it, or in order to save or invest, she doesn't get left with too much to save and invest, I think. Shah says, I got scammed for 52 lakhs by an investment company, and another case on a builder from last 14 years. I won the case in the lower court and the high court. But I have 2 of my houses on sale for 4 years. And I think that they want to get their houses sold and it's not selling. Are these things that can be addressed? Are there elements in the workshop that particularly help to address such things?
Yeah, so when we get into the workshop, it is not about this particular thing for this particular issue or this particular, it is an overall thing which works. Now, we as humans, we feel that the biggest problem in front of us today, biggest life situation in front of us today, we feel that is the biggest problem, isn't it? But the divine knows everything. So it is about the Mahakal taking over. We don't know what it is. And coming to selling of the houses, there was a person in peak lockdown in 2020. He did the Samruddhi. He's done the other workshops as well with us. In 2020, in September, Pitru Paksha, I think. In the Pitru Paksh, he was able to sell off a property in Pune. And this guy is from Navi Mumbai. Sell off a property in Pune at more than the market rate in peak lockdown. In fact, September, October was a time wherein things started opening up slightly.
That's right.
And in 2020, at that time, in Pitru Paksh, he was able to sell off that particular property. And generally in Pitru Paksh, people don't purchase properties. So that also becomes a rare case, isn't it? And that too in the Corona Kal. So when the knots open up, you never know what can happen. Of course, I'm on the face of it, I will never give a guarantee to anybody going into the workshop that, there is a guarantee of this or that. I also don't know what might happen. I never knew that one day suddenly when Aditi said, I've got a job with Luda developers and so and so, and you heard her, this thing, architects, if 4 years they lay off, then they're completely out of the field.
Yeah.
So what happens to whom, I don't know. There was a lady called Anuja, she recovered 23 crore right in the middle of the workshop. We are doing the workshop.
23 crores.
23 crores. It's there on the Mystic Lotus testimonies. right in the middle of the workshop at night. The timings at that time, India time, it used to be from 9:30 to 11:30, and it was around 12 at midnight, wherein just as we were getting into a particular session, and that session was ending on the fourth day, I think, and she said, I got a swift message that this money which was stuck up, this has been released.
Wow.
Yeah. So what comes up, we never
fantastic.
know. The only thing is that we have to just work towards in the right direction. And when we do that, then probably the unexpected can happen.
Absolutely. So I see a lot of couple of questions around the workshop details, etc. So Vijay, shall we share first the workshop details, and then we'll go through the 24-hour activation? Yeah,
we can do that.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
let's because I think there are quite a few questions related to how the workshop is structured and how much time is required. So I just want to share my screen. Just give me a moment. Okay, should just be able to. Okay. And we'll just take a look at the elements of it, and we'll take on some more questions as well from the audience. So this is the Samruddhi Money Workshop. Vijay, take us through the, like you mentioned, Anuja's thing about 23 crores. That is astounding. What are the other successes you've seen people receive?
Oh, there have been too many. And of course, these are old testimonies. I didn't get time to update it here. But then, yeah, there was this a guy who's into app development. His name is Amit Pendurkar. He's the son of the famous Pendurkar jewelers in Mumbai. And he's into app development. So he manifested, when he did the Samruddhi workshop on ground, that was way back in 2019. Immediately after the workshop, there was a company, Schamberger Limited, if I am pronouncing it right, international firm, multinational firm. And he was chasing them from 18 months. And they were not like kind of budging. Immediately after the workshop, he received a call from them on their own. And then he closed a deal of around 18.5 lakhs with him. And then in the peak lockdown, he repeated the Samruddhi again. And immediately after that, he got business worth 1.25 CR.
Incredible.
So that was there. This is huge. Adyut Ramdiani, he became the VP of a company suddenly. And this was also, I think, in the middle of the workshop itself, or in those days only. He got an increment of 10 lakh. And he became the VP of a company. So he got the promotion, and also he got a raise. So Tripti got an offer of 125% more than her current income. Bhuvneshwari unexpectedly received 3 lakh rupees, and this was also in peak lockdown, to complete an urgent payment through investments. So there are many testimonies which are there on the website, also on the Mystic.
That's incredible. And we've like seen as well on the group, people who've done your workshop, they've shared as well. It's amazing, Vijay, that so many of these have happened in the harshest of times, during COVID lockdowns, during businesses being down, markets being down. Incredible that they've experienced this level of unlocking the flows.
Yeah, so that's what it is. As you open the knots, it is there that things start happening by themselves.
Yeah. So there are two packages, right? So there's level 1, and there's the second package, which has both levels, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into the details.
Okay, so yeah, the package A, the basic one, the Samruddhi Light Workshop, this consists of the PA zone block detection. So the PA is basically the parental ancestral connections, and detecting that, because there are a lot of blocks which come from the parents and ancestors. So detecting that basically, and then of course the SMR, what we just discussed, the SMC.
That's the ritual.
Yes.
That's the Tuesday ritual.
That is a Tuesday ritual. Yes.
About. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, we look into alignment with your life purpose, as to, there are many people, if you see, they are not in alignment with what they should be doing. 5 years back, I was into computers. And when an enlightened master told me that, Vijay, this is not what you should be doing. you will be doing spiritual business later on and help many people transform their lives. So it is then that I got into, and then I worked a lot, and then I got to know that yes, I was actually not satisfied in the work, in the IT work which I used to do. So there are many people who are not in alignment with what they should be doing. So it is
Yeah.
here that there is a whole session which is dedicated to this, wherein we help people to look into, and there are quite a few who actually by the end of the session or by the end of the workshop they discover their life purpose as to what it is. Then we'll
Tell me something. I'm just going to interrupt you there, Vijay. There was some in our group earlier. I think France mentioned that he has been wanting to do more work. He enjoys design work, and he would like to do more of it, and he'd like to figure out how to grow that. Does the alignment process also help you with something that you already love doing, but you haven't had success in, perhaps?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So alignment is basically your mutant power. Like how how tragic it would be if Maradona would have played cricket and Sachin would have played football. Both of them wouldn't have landed up anywhere, isn't it?
That's
So
true.
so Sachin was made for cricket, Maradona for football. And everybody here, all the 152 people, are made for something. And if you discover that, and if you follow that, it is there that there is success which is going to come to your doorstep. You need not run after success. And not just success in money, happiness, because you would enjoy doing that. And coming to Amit Pendurkar, this guy, good you brought this up. This guy, when he did the workshop, he discovered that he had a guitar and he was a good guitar player. And he had got the guitar, he used to play in college days, but then he just kept it aside. I told him, please, if not as a profession, but at least as a passion, as a hobby, please play the guitar regularly. And today, once in a week, he always, in his balcony, sitting in his balcony, he would play his guitar. The more he plays his guitar, the more he gets from his category of app development. So it is connected. As I told you, Goddess Lakshmi is about happiness. It is not about just mere money.
That's true. That's very, very insightful.
Yeah. And then we look into the 6 laws of money. We look into the animal spirits. We look into, yeah, of course, there are animal spirits. There are some animals who help us in the pursuit of money. And then, yeah. So there are these animals like the camel, the squirrel, and such animals who help us in our pursuit to money. So those things are there. Then there are the significance of the 2 colors of Goddess Lakshmi, of red and green. So all these things are covered in the level 1, the Samruddhi workshop light. And this is the package A.
Okay. So the SMR and SMC and the block zone detection, that helps to have the breakthrough. And the other elements help you to get more aligned and do that shift in your mind. Is that how is it?
Yeah. So the SMR and SMC are both the things which are major takeaways as far as processes are concerned. And the other things, those are for your learning, that the PA block detection, you get to know as to what are the blocks that you're carrying in your consciousness from your ancestors.
Okay.
And once you know that, of course, there are different methodologies through which they can be healed, but it gives you, it brings you face to face with a knot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking for any other questions. Bratati says, then how would Vijay heal parental and ancestry if it's a group workshop?
So this everything, whatever we do, is everything is in a group, except for the consultations which we do. So we have, if there are ancestral patterns which you discover, there are further workshops to it which help you to clear all your ancestral patterns. But then on the face of it, as you get into this, there is a bonus which is called the life transformation workshops, in which you will get to know everything about the ancestral domain.
So we'll just come to that.
Yeah. So the bonus is the life transformation workshop. And this life transformation workshop has helped many people. I don't know on the count of it, but then many people change their lives completely.
Yeah. Both Petra and Aditi, they both mentioned the life transformation.
Yes. And this is the first startup to any of our workshops. Even if you're doing the dark energies removal or the Markaba workshop or the Samruddhi workshop. So this is the entry level to to all the other workshops, because it is here that you understand as to how you bring on these contracts. It is here that you understand the connection with your relationships. It is here that you understand the huge ancestral impact on your life. So it is here that you understand the life lessons. What are the 12 life lessons? So there are a lot many things which are covered. And here there is a beautiful session, which is the present past regression session. It is a very deep, intensive session which helps you to remove quite a lot of baggage which you're carrying. So this is a bonus, an absolute bonus, which comes with the package A and the package B.
I'm getting more and more interested. The more I get to know about this, the more interesting it becomes, Veejay. Somali is asking, is there an attunement that that you do in level 1? Is there
in both the levels, there are separate attunements.
Is there a requirement for an attunement in this at this level?
So the attunement is basically not an attunement to kind of a totally spiritual attunement. The attunement is basically an authority for you to carry out the rituals and to use the money capsule. So it is basically that way.
Okay. So Somali, I hope that clarified your
question. So it's a very simple process. From the layman's perspective, it is kind of nothing. I would have in fact avoided that question also, but to be very open, it is just an authority. So it is a healing which is given to you, which gives you the authority to use this particular processes for your own being.
Okay, so do take us through how much all of this. With the program schedule, of course, the team is going to post on the groups. Life transformation course itself is 6 calls, right?
Yeah.
Vijay?
Yeah.
1.5 hours each. So that's 90 minutes. You're doing this from the 7th to the 12th of February. And then the main level 1 Samruddhi money workshop is 5 calls of, again, 90 minutes each. And those are running from the 14th to the 18th. The timing is fantastic. There's I think works for across the world. So 8:30 p.m. India time to 10 p.m. India time, and that's 10 a.m. To 11:30 a.m. New York time. And share with us what this usually would cost.
So usually this would cost 31,000 or 486 USD, and then this comes to you just at the Mystic Lotus program and nowhere else. If you can bring that on, Ruchira, at just 10,999. So it is a net 65% off.
That's fabulous. And so this includes the Samruddhi workshop as well as the life transformation.
Absolutely. So there are 11 sessions in total, the 6 sessions of the life transformation and the 5 sessions of the Samruddhi workshop. So total 11 sessions of 1.5 hours each.
That's hugely generous. My God, I would have thought that just the life transformation would cost more than this.
and leaving the price aside, even if it is 31,000, 50,000, there is a lot of work which we are doing. And you will yourself come out, and probably there will be people, if I'm coming on the Money Telesummit the next time, there will be people from this group itself who will join, who will be there as testimonies to give, because there is a lot of work which we are going to do in these 11 sessions.
I'm sure. Fantastic. Tejaswini is asking, can we heal others after doing this?
No, this is only for yourself. This is only for yourself. There is no healing which is taught in this, or there is only healing which is given to you. That's it. And then there are these processes which are there, which you would be practicing in your own domain. So even your family member cannot do it.
Okay.
And that is where the attunement comes in the picture.
Okay. There is a sanctity to this, I think, that needs to be maintained as well.
Yes. So this is for people who are very serious about their own money work. If there are people who are looking at, okay, I need to teach this and I need to, then this is probably not for you. This is only for your own abundance, only for your own prosperity.
Okay. All right. Package B, let's take us through that.
Yeah, so the package B is, of course, the recommended one, and it's a beautiful, the second part of it, which covers the money mindset, which is the starting point. Just to give you a little bit about it, money will only come to you, or will come to you fast, if you're looking at creating something. Money will not come to you if you're looking at trading into something. That means, okay, I'm selling this, money has to come. No. If you're creating a particular thing, now today what I'm doing, money will come fast to me if I am creating, there is a void possibly in you. And if I am filling up that particular void, it is there that money is going to come to me fast. But then if I'm just acting, or if I'm just doing it as a trade, okay, this is a workshop, and in which if I have that in my mindset, then money is not going to come. So it is, the starting point is the mindset. Now, the second point is a very important thing, cleaning the money memory, because what happens that more than 90% or 95% of the people, when they give money, they always give with a scarcity mindset. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are going to get that money and that money is going to come to you, somewhere you're carrying those energies into you, isn't it? We all know that when you go out and when you come from a place which is negative energy, you come out, that affects you, and then you have to cleanse yourself. And we do that with the sage and all these things.
Yeah.
So it is here that even the money which comes in, so you never know, na, ki the other person from what mindset he's given you the money, or how much he sacrificed his own savings or whatever, and he's given you the money. Right?
Yeah.
Or he might have stolen it from someone or cheated someone, and he's giving you that money. So when that money comes to you, and that memory, money holds memory. So you need to cleanse that particular memory, which is so very important.
Okay.
Then we look into healing money wounds. We have so many money wounds. Sorry. Then we look into healing the pains, the blocks, the disappointments, the setbacks. 2020 was a huge setback for so many people, isn't it?
Yeah.
The charge of that setback is what is not allowing us to prosper, or not allowing us to move ahead even today. So a lot of work on that front also. Then the wallet. Now, the wallet is the Mahalakshmi Sthana. The wallet also needs to be bathed. We take bath every day, isn't it? We do our energy work, we energize ourselves. The same way, the wallet also has to be bathed every week. And then you need to energize your wallet. If you look into your wallet, if your wallet is torn, then money is going to go out. So everything has a significance. That is the sthan of Mahalakshmi, and that is the first place wherein, of course, nowadays there are a lot of transactions which happen, net banking and all.
Online.
But then, yeah. But then actual cash is always stored in the wallet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is the place wherein the money is going to come in, and that needs to be energized always. So that is why the money bath is the wallet bath is so very essential. So we're going to look into, there is a whole session, I think half an hour session out of the 90 minutes is devoted to the wallet, I think. So a lot of things, what all you need to keep in your wallet, how your wallet should be, which wallet is good for you, whether the wallet which you're having now, and if it is torn and things like that, worn and torn off, then you should dispose it off, how to dispose it off. So that is what we look into. Then we look into elephants and money. Elephants are so very important as pertaining to money.
So, Vijay, the animal part of it that you mentioned earlier as well, is this something that you keep in terms of like symbols around you, or do you teach how to have these symbols symbolically around you? Because obviously you can't have a pet elephant.
No. So when we talk about the animal spirit in the package A, so there are these 5 or 6 animals to whom, like, you connect to anybody, you can just close your eyes and you can connect to the crane, you can connect to the frog, so different circumstances, you connect to those different animals which are relevant for that particular situation, and then that they help you in your quest of money. So here, when we talk about elephants and money, it is always in the background of Goddess Mahalakshmi. You must have seen 2 elephants, and they are just raising their trunks and things like that. That is the Gajalakshmi form of Goddess Lakshmi. So it is here that elephants, they play a very important role, and there is a session wherein elephants are going to. Last time when we had done this, there were quite a few people who actually felt that elephants are pouring money onto them. So that is also what we will be doing in the elephants and money section. Elephants are very closely connected to money.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you can see my screen still.
I can't see. It shows Ruchira has started screen sharing.
Okay.
I can't see the screen.
I think my internet is slightly slow. Let me just stop sharing my screen once and start it again. Okay, just give me a moment. Sorry. In fact, I missed a few, I think a couple of minutes while you were talking about the animal symbolic symbolism, etc. So then just let me quickly open this out again. In the evenings, my internet tends to dip a little.
Mm.
Okay, I can present again. Okay, we'll just skip ahead. That's package B has a lot, Vijay.
Yes.
In terms of like, there's so much work that happens here. Obviously, it helps in a great deal in terms of really, first you've unentangled the knots, I would think, and then package B is the part that really gets the flows going.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So a couple of, are there any other things that you'd like to just highlight for everyone in package B before we go on to
Okay. I don't have the access. Have you?
Can you
sharing the
screen now? Yeah.
No, I can't see.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let me try again. Can you see it now?
No, it is showing Ruchira. Okay. No, can't see it.
Okay. This is where we would say Mercury retrograde. You can leave now. All right. I'm going to just see if somebody from the team can share the screen instead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, let me just quickly check if Misbah or Amrish can share their screen. Okay, otherwise I can also, there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Misbah.
Yeah, now it comes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah. So we look into Kundalini and money. And of course, there is the chakra activation for money, which is there a whole session, a beautiful session. Then healing the incoming money energies. There are some herbs which help us in our quest to money. So we look into those herbs which you can keep it with you and you can work around those herbs to attract more money. Okay. We look into the 8 major unconscious blocks through which you never know, but then the money goes out that way. And of course, one of the important things is that we heal chromatophobia. Now, chromatophobia, for all those of you who don't know, is a fear around money. Any kind of insecurity and the fear around money is called chromatophobia. Okay. So in the package B, in that workshop, we heal chromatophobia. So there we do much more intense work than in package B. So package A. So the level 1 is touching upon the surface, and level 2 is actually diving deep into the sorry. And then, of course, in the end, there is a beautiful abundance ceremony. Yeah. That is on the last day. So that is how it works. So that is the package B.
So there's a question from Bratati. She's asking, are there any restrictions about eating habits?
No, nothing of that sort.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. And okay, Sunita's described some more financial issues. She says, my brother wants to sell his property too, but people are coming, nothing is working out. My ex-husband also does keep working on some projects, but some problems keep coming up. They don't finalize. So these are things where people are trying to move and trying to do stuff, but they don't meet with success.
Yeah, so these are basically symptoms of the knots itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so these are the branches. The knots would always spread out into branches.
Okay. So would you what is the difference? What is the big difference between level 1 and level 2?
A lot of differences. In fact, the level 2, can we have that screen of
Ms. Can you just take us through?
Yeah, this one. So these are all the extra things which we cover in level 2, and these are the differences basically between package 1 and 2. Very simple. So we don't look into the wallet there, and wallet is such an important thing. And of course, the money energy which comes in till the time you have not cleansed it, So basically, we are looking into plugging the holes which possibly might have not been covered in the package A, which we are covering it in package B. So these are all the things which are there in package B, and it is huge. This is a lot of work actually.
Okay. Shall we see how what are the details of package B? Can we just go ahead? So of course the life transformation course is still there.
Yes.
And you're also offering 30 days of WhatsApp support.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. What is the follow-up call, Veejay?
A follow-up call is basically at the end of it, after 15, 20 days or a month, we meet and we look into what has worked for them and what is happening and then what are the challenges. So basically it is a kind of a sharing session wherein if there are any inputs which have to be given to them, those inputs are given. And if there are any feedbacks to be or experiences which need to be shared, then they do that. So that is about
That's wonderful. That's a really nice, gentle hand-holding, I think.
Yeah.
So important in group workshops, I think sometimes that you have that little bit of a personal touch.
Absolutely.
Would the follow-up call be a group call or would it be?
Everything is group. Everything is group.
Okay.
In fact, I'll tell you what the advantage of working in a group is, that the collective energy, so that plays a major role. So I'll tell you what, there is one person and another person both doing healing on one particular, say both are doing healing individually. But if both of them come together at the same time, at the same platform, and then they do healing, the healing gets multiplied. So it gets raised to that. So if there are 5 people, it gets raised to 2 raised to 5, not 2 into 5. So it is that is the power of a group. So I generally prefer to work always in a group.
Fantastic. Okay. I do want to just remind everyone, we have the 24-hour activation coming up right after this. And I'm going to request the team to put out a little message on the Telegram group for everyone else as well, that we have this super special 24-hour activation, money activation coming up on the live call. So if you like to see how anything can happen in your money story in 24 hours, join us for this. Okay, so package detail for program schedule for package B. The life transformation course still is from 7th to 12th. So everybody's on that together, Veejay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Samruddhi levels 2 will be basic. Level 2 will be from 7th to the 11th of March. Is this gap intentional, Veejay?
Yeah, I have. It needs to sink in, no? Because you just can't keep on doing courses after courses and just doing it mechanically. What I am looking at is always results. You should benefit the most from it. So I have not kept it back to back because you need to digest that. Because life transformation and then immediately the Samruddhi is coming up. Life transformation has its own thing which needs to go into you.
Okay.
And then after the Samruddhi, at least you have that much 15, 20 days gap wherein it sinks inside you and then you get on afresh on the two. Yeah.
Okay. Great. There's a question from Anu before we go on to the prices, etc. Anu says, do the rituals involve a lot of puja and things to be like, burnt and activities?
It is a simple candle ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Share with us, Veejay, what you're offering this today.
Sorry. So this is the usual price of this is 784 USD or 50,000 Indian rupees. But then on this Mystic Lotus platform, this comes to you at 18,999 or USD 298. So that's what it is. So it is around 62% off.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So that is what it is. So this program is definitely not available anywhere. This program has been devised through my own experiences, through what has worked for me, through the channelings which we have got. There are a lot of, all these rituals are channeled rituals, all the rituals in the program. So this heals chromatophobia as mentioned here. And of course, this will help you to actually open up your money knots. And that is what the main idea is. There are no guarantees before you sign up. There are no guarantees as such for anything. Any healing work, of course, there are a lot of experiences. They can be stepping stones for you to move ahead. But we never give guarantee in any of our workshops. But trust me, there are a lot of things that happen, a lot of experiences people go through. Because in energy work, I don't know what is going to open up for you, isn't it? So that is why
I always get amazed that actually there are no guarantees in anything. When you go to to your GP also, there's no 100% guarantee that he's going to heal you.
absolutely. So guarantee is basically a karmic, a part of the karmic loop. So you need to get that out of your thinking, out of your conscious
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
Yeah,
true. That's
you can
very,
open
very
it.
true,
Yeah.
actually. That's true. All right. So I'm just going to quickly share with everyone all links to block your spot on the group workshops on both package A and package B. That's Samruddhi workshop level 1 and workshop 2. Links to book your spot are on Telegram as well as on Zoom chat. Package B sounds fantastic because it has basically 3 massive courses included in it. There's the
Absolutely.
Samruddhi level 1 and level 2, plus the life transformation. We've heard today from Netra, from Aditi, how this has really, really helped them. This complete and well-rounded workshop has really, really helped them. So that's package B, and that is at just 18,999 rupees. So any hassles with payments, etc., of course, you can get in touch with help at the Mystic Lotus. But otherwise, all payments, including GPay and Paytm, the links are on the groups. Yeah. Customers, of course, all the people who've joined us today from Netherlands, from the US, you have US payment links. Please use those. I have a couple of questions. Sunita's asking, are there any recordings for the group workshop?
No, there are no recordings. I'm so sorry about it.
Okay. All right. Also, it's experiential, right?
Absolutely. It is experiential live. So
it's not like a teaching course as such, where you can go back and see a recording of it.
There are only a couple of sessions. I think one session that 15 minutes or so, wherein I share the tips and all. That's about it. Otherwise, everything is experiential. Everything has to be live. That is how it works.
Okay, and Bhavna's asking, so this workshop is specifically for people who are into jobs or businesses, or can even housewives benefit?
Housewives can benefit if, I'll tell you what, there is a 73-year-old who had done this workshop. Her name is Harpinder Singh. She's from Navi Mumbai. Now, she's not a business owner, nor does she do any job. But what happens that there are properties in her name, and her husband works, but the properties are, the work is in her name, a couple of businesses, what he does.
Okay.
So immediately after she's done the workshop, and in 1 year, their whole family has seen a lot of change in their financial world. And what happened was that immediately after the Samruddhi workshop, I think, sorry, she was able to sell off her car, which was not being sold off from a long time, at her desired price. So that thing happened immediately after the workshop. So if you are a housewife and if you are more interested to learn these things, of course, you are welcome. And if you have any business name in your name in any of the businesses of your family, then it is going to benefit. Otherwise, you can join this as an information, or you can join this for increasing your money vibes. They are going to indirectly help your fellow members as such, or whoever is the earning member, but not directly.
Okay. All right, that helps. But how incredible that a 73-year-old lady who's not working and who still joined and saw benefits from this workshop.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that also tells me a little bit about commitment to your money story and money growth.
Yes.
And happiness, most importantly, like you mentioned, can be at any age.
Yes, absolutely. And she teaches her husband as to how to keep the money, how to give money, how to take money, and things like that.
Wow.
So somewhere that has been working.
Fabulous. All right. Brasati says, if we sign up for package A, then how can we go later to level 2 of Samruddhi?
Then if you're going in separately, then the difference would not be 8,000, which is here. Then the difference would be approximately 11 to 12,000. I'll confirm on that, but it is going to be more.
Okay, so Bharti, you can block your spot now, I think, and can they do the course later? Block the spot now, like buy the package now and do the course later when you do.
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
But in 3 months, kind of. Not a long layoff.
Within that period. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great. And let me just check if there are any other questions. Of course, Veejay is going to be around to answer any questions we may have missed raising during the call today. He's going to be around to answer those questions on the group. And I just want to also tell everyone that there is that fantastic demo call tomorrow as well with Veejay. So you have another opportunity to ask him more questions around this work, and you have there are some really fabulous things that Veejay is going to touch upon in tomorrow's demo call. So team has already posted all the elements. Somali says, what do you mean by channeled messages?
Channeled messages are messages which come from the divine, or the messages which come from the angels, archangels, and all. So these have been direct channeled messages by the rituals. Have been channeled rituals by Shiva, by Durga Ma, and by Mahalakshmi.
Okay. Okay, wonderful.
So I mean to say that these are not some things which we have learned it somewhere and then we are kind of putting it up here. It is something which is like first hand, which has come to us, and then that is what we share.
Okay, wonderful. All right, I think we're ready to experience the 24-hour activation. Should
Absolutely.
we get our wallets, Veejay?
No, not wallets. You can always, if you all can get any one currency note.
Okay.
Any one currency note, whichever is handy. It can be, if you're in India, it can be 100 rupees, it can be 50 rupees, it can be 500 rupees. And you will have to keep that aside at least for the 24 hours. That is till tomorrow's session kind of, and then you can use it.
Okay. All right. So we'll give everyone a moment. Say yeses in the Telegram group if you're all set for the 24-hour money activation and you've got your currency note in front of you. This is exciting. Now I wish I could step away and get my wallet out. Archana's asking, is the course available in Hindi as well?
It's in English. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right.
But then, of course, it is self-explanatory. A lot of things are self-explanatory. People, they would understand it.
Okay.
Through the PPTs and things like that.
Okay. All right. The yeses have started coming in. That's such a sweet emoji with the hand and the sunflower. All right. Shall we go in, Veejay?
Already?
Yeah. The yeses are flowing.
Okay.
So may the money flow as well.
Okay. Yes. So now what is this activation about? So this activation, this 24-hour activation, in this activation, what is going to do? What I'm going to do is that last time when I had done this activation, I had done it for people to get an experience of money. So for money to come in and things like that. So there were people who had told me later that someone got 1 lakh rupees some project from somewhere, someone got her recovered money and things like that. So there were quite a few experiences. I don't remember that absolutely correctly right now as to how many and what. I didn't keep track of that. But that was something which happened in the last Money Till Summit. So what I'm going to do this time is that there's going to be a little bit change in what we're going to do, the activation which we're going to do now. This 24-hour activation for many of you will kind of, number one, feel comfortable. You all will feel comfortable in this 24 hours as connected to money. So whatever transactions you would be doing in these 24 hours, either giving out bills or whatever it is, you will not feel the pinch. So you will feel a free flow of money, a free flow of energy rather. That is one thing. Some of you might receive unexpected money from somewhere. Some of you might receive unexpected gifts from somewhere. Some of you might get your recovered money back, or the hope of getting the recovered money back. Please do not be desperate when I say this. And do not try to follow up everybody. Oh, I have just done the money activation and okay, I need the money from you now to give me the money back. So not desperation by any means. Some of you, in your dreams, you might get insights. Some of you might discover your knots in this 24 hour. That, okay, yes, this is the knot, or this is the major block that I'm having in regards to money, so that it can come as an insight. Right? So anything can happen related to money. Some of you might just get that idea as to how to move ahead on the next step, what to do, and how to go about a particular situation wherein possibly you're stuck up in today. So where the energy goes, I don't know. But then my intention is that it should help you to be more comfortable with money and to understand money as an energy and to understand your knots, because that is more important. Just that one experience is not what I'm looking at. One experience can be a stepping stone for you to move ahead with my work. But then that realization is important, that understanding is important, that, okay, this is the thing that is blocking me. And even if you get that, let me tell you, it's like a bingo situation. Right? Just today, I received a call from a lady who was struggling from the last 3 months with her health. And today she came to know that she's got sciatica. And she was so overjoyed. At least I got to know what the problem is. Till now, I was like shooting out arrows in the dark. I was not knowing.
Yeah, you can't solve anything until you don't know what
Yes.
you're solving
So
for.
now at least you know who your enemy is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So what your block is, what your knot is, even knowing that is a breakthrough. And then you can, which whatever means you want, you can move ahead to clear that knot. Right?
Vijay, I have a quick question. If somebody misses this activation right now, can they experience it, let's say, on the call replay?
Yes, on the recording they can.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So everybody ready?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Okay. And if you can put on your screens, it would be nice. If you cannot by any chance, if you don't want to, or if you cannot, then that is okay.
I will fetch my note.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
great. I can see Pooja. Pooja's got her note as well.
Yeah. So this note is with you for 24 hours. And tonight when you sleep, keep this under your pillow. Right? And rest of the times, if you're going out somewhere, keep it in your being, somewhere in your aura, in your wallet, whatever. And if you're at home, keep it in your locker. But while you sleep, try to keep it under your pillow. Right? And if you're meditating, or if you really need to seek any kind of answers as to what are the blockages and how to go about it in the money world, then you can take this note and then you can meditate with that. Right? So let's close our eyes, everybody. This is going to be a silent meditation wherein there is nothing which you all need to do. You all just need to be in the receiving mode. So there will be silence all around till the time I tell you to open your eyes, then that you can open your eyes. Right? So you can just hold the note in your being, and possibly, if possible, with the right hand. That would be the best possible way. And the left hand down and the right hand above it. Sorry, the right hand above it. That would be the ideal position. If you can sit with that, nothing like it. If not, just hold it in your right hand. That is also enough. But be comfortable. So just close your eyes. Everybody just close your eyes. Connect to the money energy. And some of you might have glimpses of the three goddesses here, because it is all the three goddesses who are at play. We feel that money is all about goddess Lakshmi, but till the time there is no goddess Saraswati or goddess Kali, goddess Lakshmi cannot come in. In other words, till the time you do not know how to go about it, you do not have knowledge as to how to go about it, which is given by goddess Saraswati. Until the time these knots or these blocks which are not cleared, Mahalakshmi or money cannot come in. So just connect to the energy and communicate in whichever way you feel to help you to know your money blocks, to help you to know your money knots. It can be anything. It can be possibly a childhood trauma. It can be a past life issue. It can be negative energy, a negative energy block. It might be your habit of procrastination. It might be the fear around money. It can be a negative belief system. It can be an ancestral issue. It can be a relationship issue. Whatever it is, the divine will open it up to you. If you really seek with your whole heart, and if you're open to working on it, not just knowing, you will get an immediate insight as to what the block is. And then communicate to Goddess Lakshmi to help you to show a proper path to clear these knots. There are so many knots, and these knots are not going to go by just intellect thinking. These knots require processes. To show you a proper process or proper methodology or a proper path to help you clear these knots. And now seek forgiveness from the money energy. If you have abused money any time in the past or misused money in whichever way, seek forgiveness in whichever form or whichever way you wish or are comfortable in. Seek forgiveness with your heart. You can even have the Ho'oponopono. You can even say the Ho'oponopono, I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and I thank you. Do not be desperate or crave at this point of time. This is a simple forgiveness process that we are doing. Just keep seeking forgiveness, wherein there will be silence for a few minutes, and I'll give healing, or I will activate. I'll do the 24-hour activation for each one of you here. Keep your eyes closed now till the time I tell you to open it. Keeping your eyes closed, you can thank the money energy. And feel comfortable around the money. Feel happy, feel blissful. Embrace the money energy. And offering gratitude, slowly and steadily, you can come out of this state and you can open your eyes.
Thank you so much, Vijay. That was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Unexpected to be able to connect with money energy with such peace, I think was really unexpected. Thank you. Thank
See
you so
what
much.
happens by tomorrow. One thing, uh, money, many of us feel money, we all know it is an energy.
Mhm.
But actually, everybody feels that money has to come to me, money has to come to me.
Mm.
But one thing to know about money energy is money is although it is an independent entity, but it is a dependent energy.
Mm.
It will always come to people who have those vibes, who have those vibrations, who have those knots opened up. And to
Mm.
give you a very simple example, when Bill Clinton was born, so many people might have been born in, in those same areas at that same time. But everybody did not become a Bill Clinton, isn't it? So it is the vibrations, it is your consciousness that is going to draw the money to you.
Mm.
Rather than running after money, run into yourself
Mm.
and you will automatically find that money is coming after you. Because there are so many people who run after money, doing this, doing that, doing that. But an understanding, a basic understanding is important. The more you run after money, the more money will let you chase you.
Yeah.
And that running and this thing will keep on going lifelong for ages and births. This is going on. So if you really need to look into money coming to you, you need to open up. These
Yeah.
blocks need to open up because money is like the water element. We all know money
Yeah.
is a water element, isn't it? Water will flow wherever there are no blockages. If there is a blockage, the water will find a different path.
Mm.
What happens is that there are your competitors, everybody is around there. When money is flowing, when water is flowing, money is flowing like water. If there is a blockage, if there is a knot in you, it will find another path. Wherever it is open, it will go there. It will go to your competitor,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
That's true. That's true.
that is how it works out. So
We've got wonderful comments from our audience as well, Vijay. Shweta says, felt fantastic. Preeti says, lots and lots of yawning and tears flowing. Dr. Radha says, thank you so much, Vijay. Had such a blissful and divine experience. Tejaswini says, I felt someone pouring golden water on my head. Thank you.
beautiful.
Sangamitra says, I actually held money currency after so many months.
Mm.
Felt very super happy. in this age of digital money, you kind of lose she says, I lost the touch of holding the currency. Thank you, Vijay. Somali is asking what to do with this note. Somali, as Vijay explained, keep it under your pillow tonight and keep it on you if you're going out. Keep it around you, Vijay, if you're staying indoors. Keep it around somewhere safe.
You can keep it around you. You can keep it in your safe locker.
Just don't spend it in these 24 hours.
Yeah, in these 24 hours. After that, you can do whatever you want with it.
Okay. Lakshmi says, beautiful meditation. Thank you. RK says, lots of yawns. What does that mean, Vijay, when you have... I know what some of the other healers... Yeah.
So yawnings are basically, you can say it can be due to multiple reasons. It is like, if a person is possibly not in receiving mode, then also there can be yawning. Yawning can also be a kind of a release, wherein you're letting a particular thing go off.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
Yes.
That's a sign of release.
Yeah.
Bratati says, thank you. Josie says, amazing. My hands were tingling and feeling light.
Great.
Bhavna says, thank you. Francis also said, thank you. Great energy. Whole bunch of thank yous to you. Vijay from Tanmay. Tanmay says, I heard the Lakshmi Narayan mantra.
Oh, beautiful.
Naren says, feeling love with money. Manisha says, saw a lion and an elephant flying. And Anu says, thanks a lot. Feeling very calm and happy with the money energy. Dave Nair, who had also commented earlier as well, he says, an electric current around my body, feeling like going for a workout now. Love you, sir. And Shweta says, saw pink and green light. Pallavi says, strong energy at the third eye. Does the third eye have a great deal to do with money energy?
Absolutely. In fact, all the chakras have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Sumali says also my body was vibrating. Urvashi says, is asking, can the note be folded?
Yeah, it can be folded. Why not?
Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vijay, for this experience, for bringing us back in touch with money energy, for making us feel very wonderfully, I think, safe and secure in it. Today, like during the exercise, I just felt like there's gold coursing through my veins, and I felt completely secure, like I didn't have to actually worry.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
That's such an unusual thing. Usually you always have a certain amount of hesitation or insecurity around money, I think.
Yeah.
Ramlan says, beautiful. Thank you for the beautiful, powerful meditation connected to divine, to the money energy divine. Blessed, and thank you so much. Dipanita says, there was tingling in the third eye and it felt warm.
Beautiful.
Lots of gratitude to you, Vijay. I want to remind everyone there is the demo call with Vijay tomorrow, so do join us for that too. And again, all the packages the offers are there for 24 hours, so do block your spot on the groups. All links to block your spot for the workshop is on Telegram, and it'll also come to you on email. So, sorry, there's one last question, I think. Rathit says, if someone uses a left hand, then I presume she means that if your left hand is your dominant hand, would it work for them?
Yeah, why not? Don't have any kind of inhibitions, because spiritual processes, they do not require anything. Religious processes are different. Spiritual processes are different. Religious processes, you need to be in a certain mudra, in a certain state wherein your back needs to be erect. Spiritual processes, they rely more on your intention. So just be with it, just flow freely. Money energy is all about flowing freely.
That's true. Great. Thank you so much, Vijay. Thank you for joining us.
I would like to leave everybody with a story.
Yeah, of course.
So this story is about a guy named Pablo. So what happened was that Pablo once went to watch the Titanic, and when he came back from that movie, he was super depressed. And why he was depressed was that he did not like the ending, wherein everybody was
Dies.
and then the Titanic sank. So the next day, what he did was that he went to a different movie theater to watch the same movie, possibly thinking that it would have a different ending.
Mhm.
But then the result, of course, was the same. We all know. The third day, he was again, the second day after he was depressed, and the third day, he took some of his friends along to in a different time zone. He went in the afternoons. And again, he returned depressed. He did this for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. And at the end, he asked a couple of people as to why am I depressed? Why is this thing not changing? And the message he got was that if you need to change, then change the movie, change the script which is running there. Go and watch a movie which has a happy ending, and you will return back happy. So just look into, are we also doing the Pablo thing here, doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different outcome? 2019, the same things which we had in our mind. 2020, the same thing. 21, the same thing. Let's do something different in 2022. And if we really need to change our money scripts, we really need to change the imprints which are there within us. It is only then that the change can happen. Doing the same thing again and again is always going to bring us back to the same ending always. So if you really want the ending not to be like a Titanic, and we really want to have a happy ending, which of course we all should, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we all look out for. So look into doing something differently and work on your knots in whichever way. If you're aware of that and there is a different source who can help you into that, definitely yes. But look into looking at that specifically and clearing those knots, because it is then only that things are going to happen. Not doing anything and everything haphazardly. Energy work is always very, very specific. Right? So thank you, everybody. And thank you for being there and being there for the last 2.5 hours and watching this and participating in this. I will be there tomorrow at 6:30 again, and we'll catch up there for some different discussions again. Right?
Thank you so much, Veejay.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruchira. Thank you, everybody.